Everybody to the show.
Atheist Sunday School.
Your one-stop shop.
For everything that is atheist Sundays and schools. All of them.
Is this mine?
Yeah.
Oh,
I brought it back.
oh you're such a nice guy.
I mean,
Sometimes, once in a while. Not really. You're a piece of shit.
that was
Yeah.
that degraded so
Garbage
quickly.
human being.
Man. Next time, I just won't do that.
Okay. So, today,
We got 100 points on the line because nobody's here yet. So go ahead, Lawrence. What do we got?
okay. What is the, fucking,
It's blue.
no.
Oh, shit. Well, that was my guess.
What is the... Here, I got this. What are the cherubs? Are not cherubs. Whatever those things are on the Ark of the Covenant. I forgot.
Cherubs.
Cherubims?
Cherubims.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. What were they meant to represent?
Eagles, lions,
Or sorry, what were they
bears.
based on? Sorry, what were they based on?
A beast. With 4 heads.
No.
Well, you should watch that holy shit
Yeah, I've
episode.
seen that holy shit episode.
But I don't know. Oh, not that.
What?
Anything other than that.
Wow!
Some guy's crazy trip in the middle of the desert where he basically went nuts.
No.
Oh.
It was based on something from First Kings.
Okay. Great.
It was like an allusion to
Well,
that.
you, Ruben, go ahead with your 100-point question.
Okay. For 100 points, what was the final score in the Milwaukee Bucks game last night?
There wasn't a Milwaukee Bucks game last night.
Yes, there was.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I don't think there was.
Okay, I'm going to
There
go with
was.
17 to 107.
I'm gonna go with 90 to 80.
Well, I have no idea.
There was no Bucks game last night. I don't think.
There
Why would
totally
I know?
was.
Why would I know? All right, last
sure.
question so we can get
Last question.
to the reading
While people
and
get
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
How much wood
17.
would a woodchuck chuck if physically it were possible for a woodchuck to chuck wood?
17.
I believe not. I'm sorry.
About 7.
Nope.
Damn. Well, we all got it wrong.
It's
again.
I. The
Oh, it's
number
I.
is I.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
All right.
Well, it looks like we have some people, so we may as well say some stuff and then get started.
Yep.
Yes, welcome to Atheist Sunday School, the greatest show on YouTube.
I agree, 100%. So before we get started, we do have a few announcements and just some reminders. So next week and the week after, we won't be here, right?
No, we could do week after, you and I, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could theoretically.
I think we'll try to do the week after, but for sure next week we won't be here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
because
folks.
Ruben's out of town next week, and I am gonna be at Anime Milwaukee.
And
So
I'm not
if
just
you
going to sit
want-
here on the stream and read the Bible to you.
If you want to
I don't
stalk
wanna just do it.
Lawrence, you can find him dressed up as like a supernatural character.
As Dean Winchester. That's why I shaved. If you guys noticed, I shaved, and it looks awful, and I feel naked. And
It's got the cold chin.
yep, I got the cold chin.
Ooh.
Yep, because I'm doing my Dean Winchester cosplay for Amki. So aside from that, this Saturday, new special coming out.
Yeah, new special.
And I still haven't fully decided on a name, and maybe you guys can tell me what name you think would be really good. I'm doing a video on Judas Iscariot and how he's represented in the Gospels and how he's represented outside of the Bible.
That's a great name. Just keep it like that.
No, shut up. And I was thinking something like Judas Iscariot, the Bible and beyond. What do you think?
I think, how about Bed, Bible, and Beyond? Then it's funny.
No.
That's
Does
not
he
gonna
ever
get
have
points.
anything to do?
The bed? No.
Damn, that would be so convenient.
Well,
Then that joke would fly. But no, otherwise, if you can't slip bed in there, I don't know. I wish we had instantaneous responses, but you know, it's okay. They'll get
Just
back to us
title
in
it
5
Smooth
seconds.
Criminal.
Smooth criminal.
That would get a lot of views.
I don't think so.
People search that a lot.
It's a song that everyone loves.
Also, there are lots of videos. called
Yes,
Smooth
that
Criminal,
might be
no,
a problem.
It won't work. And aside from that,
Oh, speaking of Judas, Alice Cooper is going to be playing Judas in an upcoming live television presentation of Jesus Christ Superstar.
really,
Yep.
I love Alice Cooper.
I wanted to see Jesus Christ Superstar.
Well, Alice Cooper's going to be in it, so...
Wow.
That was a good time.
We all have a
folks.
connection to this.
We
yes,
should do that.
we endorse it.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
So
Anything else,
yes,
real quick?
The conferences coming up.
Yep, next April.
Yep. There are actually two. There's going to be the one on April 5th at UWM, at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee.
Yes.
And Aaron Ra is going to be there speaking. And then on the 6th, he is going to be here in studio on our show. And it's not a Sunday, but we're going to do an Atheist Sunday School episode for you guys with Aaron Ra.
So just a
Right.
reminder for that then.
That. And the day after, there's another conference. And that's originally what Aaron was going to be in town for in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what conference is that?
You guys know Joe? Joe
Magistro actually got a conference
Yep.
going.
Yep. He's got his...
What is his group called? Humanists?
Something about humanists. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I knew it would be like humanists or something silly.
Yeah, so it's going to be a benefit, I think, for rape survivors.
Oh,
And
wow.
There are a lot of speakers coming in. And we're thinking about doing like a Hot Ones style interview with Aaron there.
Oh, are we going to go to that then?
Yeah, of course we're going to go to that.
Do we have to film everything, or did they have their own stuff?
I have no idea.
We should ask Joe.
We should.
Yeah, well,
But-
more on that later then.
April, going to be
Interesting.
a fun month. So if you can make it to either of those events, we'd love to see you there.
Yep.
All right. So today we are going over the Tabernacle still. That's
Yeah.
why this video is called Still the Tabernacle.
And that's why the Tabernacle is still behind us.
Yeah.
So, if it makes sense.
Yeah, there are a lot of instructions. on how
Part
to-
2, Tabernacle, Electric Boogaloo. Let's go.
That would be Tabernacle 2, Electric Boogaloo.
How many
Oh, yeah, that's
Tabernacle
way better.
episodes are there going to be, Lawrence?
This is the last one for now. Because after this part of the Tabernacle, we're going to go over...
There's more.
We're gonna go over like the golden calf and shit, which is actually an interesting story, and I'm gonna have some stuff prepared for you guys for that, and then we're gonna continue talking about the tabernacle.
Oh no!
But then it ends in
Can we have that episode be
that's the
called
end of Exodus.
Still? Oh God!
Jesus,
Still
man.
more
Wow.
Tabernacle when that comes up. This is more. What is this? Still Tabernacle, and this is the next episode with that will be still more Tabernacle
No, maybe
or more.
Even
no.
more.
Even more.
We'll just try to finish the tabernacle at some point. Just say finishing the tabernacle, and then finishing Exodus.
Oh, I want to call it something funny, but all right.
Wow.
Seems like we're naming stuff now. So let's start.
Yes.
How's that sound? We've got wonderful
I'm
chapter
glad that
27.
the person who wrote this is dead.
Long dead.
Yep.
So we're doing 26, 27.
Oh no, not
Sorry,
26.
27, right. 27, 28, 29, and 30.
I'm not reading about all those stupid. What are those things called on the? You know what I'm talking about with the candles?
Yeah.
Knops. I'm not reading the Knops part again.
You're doing your section, Chris.
Yeah.
It's called Consecration for the Priests.
I bet they have Knops in it.
Okay.
Well, you're
so
gonna have to deal with it.
let's
Anyways,
K-N-O-T.
let's proceed with Exodus, chapter 27. I've got the King James Version of the Bible.
I have the English Standard Version.
I've got the Holy Scriptures according to the Jewish Publication Society of America, circa 1914.
Yep.
17.
Ah, fuck.
Whatever.
You know I was close this time.
Close enough, yeah.
And I didn't even, I normally just say etc. I was trying something new.
And thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be 4 square, and the height thereof shall be 3 cubits. All right.
So they got 4 square back then.
Yeah.
Nice to know.
What a fun game. It's ancient.
No wonder the rules are so arcane and everybody just makes stuff up. It's like, I win
Yeah.
this time. Cherry bomb forever.
Yeah, it's been around too long.
Yeah.
It's like telephone. And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. His horns shall be of the same, and thou shalt overlay it with brass. And thou shalt make his pans to receive his ashes, and his shovels, and his basins, and his flesh hooks, and his fire pans, all the vessels thereof thou shalt make of brass.
So this is like the second tier shit. Last time we had everything being made of gold to start. Still shittim wood or acacia wood.
We had stuff that
And
was
then-
made of brass.
No, that was silver mostly.
There was also stuff there that was made of brass. We
Well,
went
brass was used.
And gold.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, it was gold and silver and brass. This
Right.
is being made of brass.
But okay, I don't know how much they use all of those, but it looks like this part's describing the less luxurious bits, right? Because
I
it's
have no
brass.
idea.
Well, so far it's brass. Anyways, go ahead.
And thou shalt make for it a grate of network of brass,
Let's see.
and upon the net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof.
Oh, not again.
And thou shalt put it under the compass to the altar beneath, that the net may be even to the midst of the altar. And thou shalt make staves for the altar, staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with brass.
See, it's brass. It's just brass here.
And the staves shall be put into the rings, and the staves shall be upon the 2 sides of the altar to bear it. Hollow with boards thou shalt make it, as it was showed thee in the mount, so shall they make it. And thou shalt make the court of the tabernacle for the south side, southward. There shall be hangings for the court of fine twined linens, of 100 cubits long for one side. Holy shit! So
Okay, so
there's
like-
your gate.
Yeah, there's the gate.
This is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
And the 20 pillars thereof, and their 20 sockets shall be of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And likewise, for the north side in length, there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, and his 20 pillars and their 20 sockets of brass, the hooks of the pillars and their fillets of silver. And for the breadth of the court on the west side shall be hangings of 50 cubits, their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. And the breadth of the court on the seats on the east side eastward shall be 50 cubits. The hangings of one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And on the other side shall be hangings 15 cubits, their pillars 3, and their sockets 3. And for the gate of the court shall be a hanging of 20 cubits of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twined linen, wrought with needlework, and their pillars shall be 4, and their sockets 4. The blue, purple, scarlet thing.
Yep.
So basically, they're making a flag.
Kinda.
In a way. Well, I mean,
Kind of.
the continuous
It's kind of.
use.
It's kind of. I think it's kind of like I mean, I guess it's kind of like a flag, but one that you can walk through. Because they're making like the entrance, right?
It would be like if we made a tent and it was like
Yes.
American flaggy.
Yes.
Or it was kind of like the medieval hall tapestries that would adorn the inside and outside of buildings. You could have a lot of symbolism on it and stuff. Because they said they would stitch a bunch of
Shit together.
well, not just together, but they said, and work of the weather in colors. That's what mine says, and I think that means that they worked with it. Which means they probably made designs or patterns or even like people or images in it. Who knows? Because I the way his said it, how did yours say they worked with it?
So I think when they talked about stitching things together, they were just talking about stitching things like for the ropes to draw the curtains.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Before they mentioned putting designs in them in mind.
But like embroideries.
That could be it. It could be something like that.
Because that's just when something's like kind of like, popping out, right?
Embroidery?
Just the edges of the...
Yeah, like when it's kind of like where it's stitched differently, so it like pops out of the...
Well, you can make photorealistic images with embroidery if you commit enough time to it. It's just...
Maybe that's not what embroidery is. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. I'm not an artist. And I want to point out that my translation says bronze whenever yours says brass.
See,
mine says brass.
So if we were to make a real life one, it's probably brass. Let's be honest.
it's
like-
probably brass.
Yeah.
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 So
Although I
We
don't.
should make a real life one
I don't have that
No,
much
let's
gold.
not.
with the
Lying
exact
around.
cubit measurements, but use different people for the cubit measurements.
You know what we could do is just
Anything
get one
else?
online.
Yeah, buy a tabernacle online.
The whole tabernacle?
Oh, you could. I'm sure
Pretty
you could.
big, dude.
I'm sure you could get on Amazon.
I mean, look, there are people walking towards it, so it's bigger than people. You'd have to get...
people have to go inside it.
The shipping fees alone would be ridiculous.
Yeah, but you could. You have everything on Amazon.
All right. Well, if
You could get the Ark of the Covenant on
Gold
Amazon.
leaf is pretty cheap, but a lot of these say of pure gold, so we can't violate that.
Yeah, pure
That would
Pure.
be blasphemy.
Yeah, that would be horribly blasphemous. Exactly.
Blasphemy!
So to really do this, we've got to go to like Fort Knox or some other place and build it there. I'm sure they're down.
They probably already
Or
have
California during the gold rush. Or just before the gold rush.
I mean,
When there's still a bunch of gold
go
everywhere.
to Dubai and ask if they're cool with us getting stuff for a tabernacle.
Do they have a bunch of gold in Dubai?
Yeah, they have like vending machines for it. No joke.
Vending machines of
Go
gold.
look it up. It's common practice in the gold markets that you can buy gold with your big fancy credit card, and it gives you like it by the pound.
Okay.
Yep, you get a bullion of it.
Thanks, Dubai.
Yeah, bet you didn't know you could do that. Get
Let's
on
go
a
to
plane,
Dubai.
buy your gold now.
Yeah. What are we doing on YouTube? We should be in Dubai. All the pillars round about the court shall be filleted with silver. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere.
Wow.
And the height 5 cubits of twined linen, and their sockets of brass.
We're sure they're not
So it's
knops.
pretty short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the vessels of the tabernacle, in all the service thereof, and all the pins thereof, and all the pins of the court shall be of brass. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring thee pure olive oil, beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn always
Always.
in the tabernacle of the congregation, without the veil, which is before the testimony. Aaron and his sons shall order it from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever unto their generations on the behalf of the children of Israel.
And Reuben's nice short chapter is over.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out that the tabernacle is also, the big building of the tabernacle. It's also called the tent of meeting. And also, yours says in 20 that it would burn forever. But I think this is a more liberal translation.
Well, this says that you have to bring pure olive oil beaten by the light to cause the lamp to burn continually.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. They have to go out of their way to do that.
This one says, you shall command the people of Israel that they bring to you pure beaten olive oil for the light, that a lamp may regularly be set up to burn.
Oh, I mean, yours is straightforward, but I think I understood.
This one says always.
Yeah, yours says always.
Well, yours
very
is,
different.
yours is crazy.
And in Jewish congregations, they do have their eternal lights.
Do they?
Yes, it's a symbolic part of almost every single Jewish congregation, Jewish temple. They have a little...
Oh, so there's a video online if we want to see it about a full-size tabernacle. Yeah, so they exist.
We will check it out at some point.
That'd
We
be
even
cool.
may make a response to that video after consuming all of this.
And then tell them what's wrong.
Yeah, we got to get back to them on that and be like, is it really pure gold? Huh?
I don't believe you.
Did you use brass
Whose cubits
or
are you
bronze?
using?
Yeah.
Whose cubits are you using? Mine or yours?
Hey, if you're liking the stream so far, give it a like. Maybe share it somewhere, and so we can gain in popularity and our empire can grow.
We would really appreciate it, is what Ruben is saying. Simply dropping a like really helps us. You guys have no idea.
Lightning bolt.
Unless you make YouTube stuff, in which
Then
case
you probably
don't
have an
any
idea of how that works. Yeah. All right, let's get started with the next best thing.
All right. Chapter 28. Then bring near to you Aaron your brother, and his sons with him, from among the people of Israel to serve me as priests. Aaron and Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And you shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother, for glory and for beauty.
So they have to be glorious, but they
Splendor.
also have to be fabulous.
I guess. I mean,
That's exactly what this is saying.
people get really envious of that. They'll kill you over like nicely colored robes.
Well, I think it's meant to distinguish them as people you shouldn't
As
touch
priests.
because they're holy.
Wow.
They're just that they're priests. They're important. You shall speak to all the skillful, whom I have filled with a spirit of skill, that they may make Aaron's...
All the skillful that
Mine says wisdom.
I have filled.
Skill and wisdom are different things. That's interesting.
Yeah, mine says, and thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I am filled with the spirit of wisdom.
Yeah, I have the spirit of skill, that they make Aaron's garments to consecrate him for my priesthood. These are the garments that they shall make: a breastpiece, an ephod. What is that?
Ephod.
An ephod. Yeah, what is that?
Ephod. What is an
I
ephod?
don't know.
I'm
Keep going.
thinking two things it could be. It could be a helmet, or it could be a type of weapon. I don't
Well,
remember.
Let's keep going. A robe.
I'll figure
A
out what an
coat?
ephod is.
A robe, a coat of checker work, a turban, and a sash. They shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother and his sons to serve me as priests.
Well, he has a turban, so maybe
probably not a
it's
helmet.
probably a weapon.
They shall receive gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen. And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet yarns, and of fine twined linen, skillfully worked.
So the ephod is like this cloth thing that's sewn on over or put on over the breastplate.
Like an apron?
Kind of like an apron, kind of like the Crusaders would wear their white
Oh, like
kind
their
of thing,
flag or something?
or
Like,
whatever over the armor. Like
I could put it up on screen.
let's not.
Okay, well, it's always
I feel
possible.
like you'd mess it up.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
probably.
It shall have 2 shoulder pieces attached to its 2 edges, so that it may be joined together. Fucking magic.
Hmm.
And the skillfully woven band on it shall be made like it, and be of one piece with it, of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen.
So they're associating those colors with the tabernacle and the priests.
I'm guessing that the colors are associated with the priesthood in general.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going, sorry.
You shall take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 of their names on the one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on the other stone, in the order of their birth. As a jeweler engraves signets, so shall you engrave the 2 stones with the names of the sons of Israel. You shall enclose them in settings of gold filigree. What is that?
Mine says ouches of gold.
Mine just says enclosed in a setting of gold, and I think it just means that they're like they have something to hold it in,
No.
like jewel clasps.
Or
Filigree.
even
Filigree from a not
Filigree,
filigree.
not fillery.
Filigree just means excessive work, like art.
Okay.
Like you could have designs on it. You know, my ring doesn't have any on it, but other people's rings might have like a pattern imprinted on it or sewn in or whatever, and that's that type of thing.
Okay. And you shall set the 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as stones of remembrance for the sons of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord on his 2 shoulders for remembrance. You shall make settings of gold filigree, and 2 chains of pure gold, twisted like cords, and you shall attach the corded chains to the settings. Okay.
so they're making pouches.
Pouches? Is that what you're getting? I'm getting
Mine says ouches, and the image that I'm getting from and 2 chains of pure gold at the ends of wreathen work shall thou make them, and fasten the wreath chains to the ouches.
I think it's
Mine
more like a
says
necklace.
and fasten them of what's this?
I'm getting more like a
Worthen
necklace.
work. That's it. Oh, let's see. And thou shalt put the worthen chains on the setting. That means very little to me, but it could mean a lot.
It could mean any number of things.
You shall make a breastpiece of judgment in skilled work. In the style of the ephod you shall make it. Of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen shall you make it. It shall be square and doubled, a span its length, and a span its breadth. What is a span? Let's see. A span was about 9 inches. 9 inches, okay.
All right. Hi, everyone. 9 people here.
One for every inch this thing has to be.
Yay! You guys could each participate.
You shall set in it 4 rows of stones, a row of sardius. What the hell is sardius? The identity of some of these stones is uncertain. That's
Mine
the note.
says
We don't know what that is.
4. Let's see. What kind of? It says, and it shall be set in of stones, 4 rows of stones, a row of carnelian, topaz, and
Yeah, I also have topaz.
smaragd.
Oh, shit.
Carbuncle.
Carbuncle, yeah.
I don't have carbuncle.
A row
Oh wait,
of-
yeah, second row carbuncle. Yeah, there it is.
A row of sardius, topaz, and carbuncle shall be the first row. In the second row, an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. See, these are things we know.
Yeah.
And the third row, a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst.
Mine says a
Agate.
ligure.
I've never heard that word before. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold filigree. There shall be 12 stones with their names according to the names of the sons of Israel. They shall be like signets, each engraved with its name for the 12 tribes.
Hey, how's Beltageist doing these days?
No, man, poorly. Did someone bring that up?
No, but
Oh.
your pronunciation is apparently quite poor.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. You shall make for the breastplate twisted chains like cords of pure gold. And you shall make for the breastpiece 2 rings of gold, and put the 2 rings on the 2 edges of the breastpiece. And you shall put the 2 cords of gold in the 2 rings at the edges of the breastpiece. The 2 ends of the 2 cords you shall attach to the 2 settings.
And
of
this is
filigree.
how you put your armor on, guys. Now you know. You didn't have to learn it from your parents. This book could tell you how to put your armor on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so attach it in front to the shoulder pieces of the ephod. I still have no idea how to pronounce that.
That's okay.
You shall make 2 rings of gold and put them at the 2 ends of the breastpiece, on its inside edge next to the ephod. And you shall make 2 rings of gold and attach them in front of the lower part of the 2 shoulder pieces of the ephod,
Well, for everyone keeping count, that's 6 gold rings so far. Hey, keep going.
at its seam above the skillfully woven band of the ephod. I'm just going to keep pronouncing it different ways until I like something.
I think ephod I like.
I'm not quite sure. I have no opinion.
E-P-H? Yeah.
Ephod.
F. Just make an F noise.
Ephod. Whatever.
Mine has an E, an apostrophe, a dash, and then a fod.
Wait, what? Where? There's a lot of stuff in have in between all that, and it's
So-
not even spelled the same.
Ephod.
Yeah.
Okay. And they shall bind the breastpiece by its rings to the rings of the ephod with a lace of blue, so that it may lie on the skillfully woven band of the ephod, so that the breastpiece shall not come loose from the ephod. So Aaron shall bear the names of the sons of Israel in the breastpiece of judgment on his heart, when he goes into the holy place to bring them to regular remembrance before the Lord. Okay, so basically he has to be dressed this way all the time, and his entire suit is just made for remembering the 12 sons of Israel and the 12 tribes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his entire outfit.
Yep, it's all about family values.
On armor?
Family
Yes.
values.
And in the breastpiece of judgment you shall put the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be on Aaron's heart when he goes in before the Lord. Thus Aaron shall bear the judgment of the people of Israel on his heart before the Lord regularly. You shall make the robe of the ephod all blue. It shall have an opening for the head in the middle of it. Because they couldn't have figured that out.
Hey man, this carpet won't fit on. I just
It's
try.
not getting up.
I just don't see how you're doing it.
How am
Gotta-
I supposed to wear
did
this
you-
carpet?
Did you not put the hole in the middle for your
This
poncho?
is terrible writing.
This is terrible writing.
With a woven binding around the opening, like the opening in a garment.
Did we prepare for this?
You know, it says that.
Somebody's asking if we prepared for this.
But what do you mean by prepared?
Yes.
If we read it previously, we had not read it previously.
No.
We don't really have much information about it. Sometimes, for some of these stories, we actually do have like some.
I think she means, did we do anything particularly before this? Well, we did a sound test and we made sure OBS was running. I have my camera set up here. This setup was still up, but sometimes we have to put it back up.
I think they meant-
We like to make
else.
sure to post and stuff so people can know that this is on. Yeah, I guess we did a little bit of prep, but I think she means research and stuff
yeah,
for this.
yes,
Well-
it's research.
Constantly, but that's not really related technically.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
really look up stuff.
Not
I did
specifically
read some
for
stuff
this.
from the Tabernacle
Yeah.
in the Oxford Companion to the Bible, but none of it was particularly useful to its building.
Yeah.
To be clear, I categorize basically this and quite a few of the previous chapters as completely useless information.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a nice description for things I'll never need to understand.
This isn't a nice description. This is
I
one of
can't
the
even
worst
get
possible
like a
descriptions.
clear visualization.
Dude, I got it.
Going.
It's only because we have a picture that we can even closely understand what they're
No,
trying
I
to
mean, I'm even envisioning like the candles and like the trays they use to sweep up the ash. I can think of all that. I can think of how the floors would look and kind of what the people inside would be wearing now.
All right, well, you'll have fun the next chapter.
Well,
Oh man, more descriptive BS.
You're just
Still building the
paranoid
circus tent?
schizophrenic,
Yes, we are.
So it doesn't matter if
I'm
you
not
can visualize
anything.
things.
I'm not anything like that. I'm a totally sane, normal person by every accountable standard.
No,
And you're gonna take that back right now.
No, you're insane if
Oh.
you think that I'll do that.
Thus, Aaron shall bear the judgment of the people of Israel on his heart before the Lord regularly. Didn't I just read that? I think I just read that.
I think stumbling over names is half the fun, but you know, that's just my opinion.
You shall make the robe of the ephod all of blue. It shall... Wait, didn't they...
Didn't I don't think she understands that this is like the joke.
What?
Okay.
Well, read
She's
it.
saying
Okay.
that we did not read the texts and consider them in historical context before the episode of Sunday School. Well, I'm sure we did.
Not this one. This
Not
one
this
we
one.
didn't.
No.
How do you consider something in historical context?
Well, it's
were
the
you
context-
around back then, or are you just reading secondhand
Ruben.
accounts of bullshit that you
Oh,
actually
Ruben.
have no idea about?
Ruben.
You can never,
It's-
ever know
the
the
setting-
historical
It's
context.
the setting it was written in. I get what
But we
they're saying.
don't know
Okay.
the setting it
So-
was
we
written
act-
in
we-
for most of
we-
these.
For her
We can get a
benefit,
good
we should
picture.
say that Lawrence reads a shit ton of stuff about anything about that, because that's what he does for all of the episodes.
Like when we're talking about
So-
the setting that they're writing it in, we're talking about like spans of thousands of years. Like it's not clearly labeled out like modern politics
Here,
is.
I want to point this out. The no biblical scholar I've read, at least Old Testament scholar, ever really talks about the tabernacle. They talk about the actual building itself and how important it was, but they never talk about the construction because nobody cares. And that, I mean, I haven't read that much stuff on Old Testament scholarship. I've read like 2 or 3 books on it, maybe. And I'm still trying to get through one of these. But like some of the other stories, like for example, next time we're going to be going over the golden calf. There's a lot of importance to that. So I'm going to bring some stuff specifically to go over the golden calf. But this one, no one has ever really given that much of a shit on how it was built.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know why this is even in this book. Like
For
it's
fun.
just obnoxious.
To make people build something.
Yeah, do stuff for me.
Just build stuff.
Give me all your cool stuff so I can have this. Thanks.
Anyway.
God said so.
Where the hell was I? You shall make the robe of the ephod all of blue. It shall have an opening for the head in the middle of it. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you read that part.
I did. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. So, I'll just keep reading. With a woven binding around the opening, like the opening in the garment, so that it may not tear. On its hem you shall make pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet yarns around its hem, with bells of gold between them. A golden bell and a pomegranate. A
Ooh.
golden bell and a pomegranate around the hem of the robe.
And he didn't stutter there. It says a golden bell and a pomegranate twice.
It does. And it shall be on Aaron when he ministers, and its sounds shall be heard when he goes into the holy place before the Lord, and when he comes out, so that he does not die.
Well, I guess he'll die if he goes in and it doesn't.
Hold on. He goes in, he could die, but if he comes out, he didn't.
No,
Is that all they're saying?
As long as the bell is ringing.
Oh my God! He just installed one of those chimes in the doorway,
Yeah.
like when you go into a store. Like this is just so that nobody walks in on God doing anything embarrassing. Right?
Like with the pomegranate. I don't know why there's a pomegranate. I'm still confused on that.
You shall make a plate of pure gold and engrave on it, like the engraving of a signet, holy to the Lord. You know, they always, whenever they talk about any engraving, they always mention like signets, because at this point, I guess the reader should be confused as to what it means. Still. So,
Young atheist apologists? No way, man.
What?
She thought we were young atheist apologists.
We're atheists.
What's an atheist apologist?
It's a defender.
Of what?
Apologist just means defender.
Okay.
I don't defend atheism.
Yeah.
I'm not quite. What else does it say? It
Oh,
looks
our agenda is education still, and
Yeah.
we're learning with you because
We are.
I will not enjoy rereading this. I would not enjoy rereading this. This
No.
is way more fun doing it this way. So I'm learning too. And we do have a lot of background and a lot of random crap, so
My-
science, history, whatever.
My
I
stuff-
like to think we have a lot of things we could explain.
My stuff is usually New Testament scholarship. That's my. It's not expertise really. I'm not an expert, but that's where my interest lies. So that's why whenever I make videos, they're always about something New Testament related, like the Nativity, the Pericope Adulterae, stuff like that. It's stuff that I understand. Old Testament stuff, I'm still learning.
Not to mention, I don't know how super interested I am in learning this, but I'm interested enough to continue reading through the whole thing apparently. So that's there you go. We're educational in that regard too.
And I feel like it's important to know your enemy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that they're necessarily an enemy, but they're not. It's
Well,
important to know
ideologically.
other perspectives. So
Like, if you see someone wearing this outfit,
yeah, you'll
which
know.
I'm sure you have a very clear image
Oh,
of
yeah.
in your head, run.
Because if there's not a bell chiming, they're about to die.
Yeah. Their head will probably just explode.
It'll be like the warp.
And you shall fasten it on the turban by a cord of blue. It shall be on the front of the turban. It shall be on Aaron's forehead, and Aaron shall bear any guilt from the holy things that the people of Israel consecrate as their holy gifts. It shall regularly be on his forehead, that they may be accepted before the Lord. You shall weave the coat in checker work of fine linen, and you shall make a turban of fine linen, and you shall make a sash embroidered with needlework. For Aaron's sons you shall make coats and sashes and caps. You shall make them for glory and beauty, and you shall put them on Aaron your brother and on his sons with him, and shall anoint them and ordain them and consecrate them, that they may serve me as priests. You shall make for them linen undergarments to cover their naked flesh. They shall reach from the hips to the thighs, and they shall be on Aaron and on his sons when they go into the tent of meeting, or when they come near the altar to minister in the holy place, lest they bear guilt and die. This shall be a statute forever for him and for his offspring after him. Okay, that's chapter 28. Very, very in-depth look at what priests should be wearing in the tabernacle.
Priests do not wear that in modern times.
No, but that's because they're not in the tabernacle.
Coming up next, very specific ceremonies done at the tabernacle. Ooh.
Well, at least if you have very specific ceremonies, you have ceremonies. This is just like garbage.
No, it's all garbage. This part. I haven't learned anything. I mean, I learned that they really like those colors.
Ritual syntax is at least interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so it's we'll read it out loud.
I will, but there's a lot of talking going on,
Oh, okay.
so it's kind of interesting.
Well, that's good. I'm glad people are talking in the chat.
I guess. Let's see. Yeah, so one person here is saying that the Bible doesn't have any value whatsoever, and another person saying it certainly does.
I think it.
I
okay.
can see both perspectives.
Hold on.
Bam!
Hold on. I think it does have value in understanding the world in which these writers we're writing in, it does have this value.
I don't think so.
I
I think
absolutely
there's
does. It's
so
called-
many different writers, and it spans such a large amount of time that
Right.
like
And here's what we can do. What scholars do is they figure out who wrote what, and then they try to place them in history.
yeah.
And then we can try to understand the world that they lived in.
Yeah, my money
And
is a
it's
piece
called
of
historical
plastic.
criticism. It's
I mean, like if like one guy wrote chapter 29 of Second Chronicles, which probably totally the case, and someone else wrote all the rest of the chapters, but he was writing it to fit in with it, and other people have edited the work since then, and it's been through dozens of translations. I mean, how much can you reasonably figure out?
that's why they don't use like English scholars. They don't use English translations. They
So-
like for the Old Testament they read it in the Hebrew. They have plenty of manuscripts, or they have a decent amount, and albeit those aren't the originals by any means.
Well, I don't mean like the written account, because we know for a fact that the Old Testament, at least the Torah, was an oral tradition that was passed down for a very long time, and we know that language changes incredibly quickly.
Wait, hey guys. I wanted to make my argument so I could read. I was going to say, here's how it's useful. I see everything that I've read in here occurring all over fiction and media and cartoons and shows, and just the way in which this piece of work, fiction or not, whatever the fuck you believe, definitely influenced a huge chunk of culture. So I see the relevance in reading it from that perspective, and probably there's a bunch of others you could see it from that perspective, but the ways that I don't see it is very useful is in the same way Ruben was saying, whereas this is very old, and who knows how reliable it is. And honestly, another way I would say, which you didn't mention, is I would not get your morals from this thing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No.
I would
Not get your morals from this
definitely not
thing.
get your morals from it. But
Certainly do not get your
So
morals
there
from the Bible.
are things where it isn't useful. All right, I'm just saying, like anything, I could see its uses, and I could see it as completely useless. So probably, it's a good brick too. You could use this thing as
It's
a
a
door
good
blocker. You could hide your money in it. I don't know. There's a lot of uses for this thing. Okay.
And DB, Psalms is literally a magic book.
Yeah, Psalms is just spells in many of the lines. You'll see it's like a spell for calling God. What was that one?
Oh, there's
Oh,
like...
gosh.
see,
you got-
I'm still unconvinced. I don't think they were all written. Like maybe some of them were written as spells, but there's no way they
No,
were
We
all
all
written
ha-
as spells.
Not all of them are spells, but there are a lot of spells
Help me, God was one of them. You just say that.
in the wizard book of Psalms.
Yeah. All right, so I think we should get started on 29 here, because
Yeah.
I've got quite a bit of text to read.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
About time.
And this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them, to hallow them, to minister unto me the priest's office. Take one young, what's this? Bullock?
Ram.
Oh, yeah. A bullock and 2 rams without blemish, and 11.
Unleavened bread. We've been over
we
this,
have been
Chris.
over this.
This says, oh, it's unleavened bread. Okay, sorry. Unleavened bread and cakes, unleavened, mingled with oil. And wafers, unleavened, spread with oil. Great, so, okay. Got different varieties of bread this time. Of fine wheaten flour shall thou make them, and thou shalt put them into one basket and bring them. Oh, this is the thing everybody does at church.
No.
Is it not the thing where you walk up and you?
No,
Not
that's
even
something
close.
else.
That's way
No,
later, isn't
That's
it?
yeah, that's way
So what
later.
is this? This is
is-
another ceremony.
Yes, this is a completely
This-
different ceremony.
This is
It's weird because
this
it
is for
seems
priests
similar.
specifically. What's we got tagged in something? What is that?
Are we related to Mythicist Milwaukee?
We've worked with
We've
them.
worked with them before.
Yes.
That's it. There you go.
We are a separate entity from Atheist Milwaukee.
We got our own banners and stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thou shalt bring them in one basket, blah, blah, blah. And the bullock and the 2 rams, and Aaron and his sons, thou shalt bring them unto the door of the tent of meeting, and thou shalt wash them with water. Great. And thou shalt take the garments and put them upon Aaron, the tunic, and the robe upon the ephod, and the breastplate, and the girdle, him with the successfully woven band of the ephod. Okay. And thou shalt set the, what's this?
Miter.
Miter? Is that it? Did you guys have that word?
Yeah, miter.
I mean, Lawrence hadn't brought it up before, but anyways. Set the miter upon his head, and upon the holy crown, the miter.
It says turban.
Gotcha.
It says turban.
Gotcha. There we go. I figured there was just a change in translation. Then shalt thou take the anointing oil and pour it upon his head, and anoint him. And thou shalt bring his sons and put tunics upon them, and thou shalt girdle them with girdles.
That's a funny sentence.
I know. I had to stop.
Alright, you gonna continue, or?
Are you gonna continue?
What? Yeah, I read the comments sometimes. Anyways, you guys, you keep track of it.
I've been keeping track.
Well, then say stuff. Anyways, and thou Aaron and his sons, and bind head tires on them. Seriously, it says that with a hyphen. Does yours have that? Head tires?
Aaron and his sons with sashes and bind caps on them.
Okay, bind caps. You know, another dumb word. All right. And thou shalt have the priesthood by my paternal statue, and thou shalt consecrate Aaron and his sons. And thou shalt bring the bullock before the tent of meeting, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands upon the head of the bullock. And thou shalt kill the bullock before the Lord and the door of the tent of meeting. So they don't even get to go in. They kill it right in front of the door.
It's a bull, and they just kill it. Let's keep going. What do you do with it?
And put the horns of the altar with thy finger, and thou shalt pour all of the remaining blood at the base of the altar, sorry, and dumb. And thou shalt take all of the fat of that covereth the inwards, and what's that? Lob. It says inwards.
Inwards?
Mine says inwards.
Oh, okay.
INWARDS. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And lob above the liver and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is upon them. Okay, so like...
They're giving you details on how to do a ritual sacrifice.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, at least this is more interesting than whatever the shit I read.
Yeah.
This is more... See, at least you're reading about a sacrifice. This is how you sacrifice in front of the tent of meeting.
Right. So you get those 2 kidneys and the fat that is upon them, and make them smoke upon the altar, so you burn them. And the flesh of the bullock and its skin and its dung shall thou burn with the fire without the camp. It shall be a sin offering. All right.
Okay. So this is how they were this is how they were washing away their sins before the whole Jesus thing, apparently. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. All right. So thou shalt also take the 1 ram, and Aaron and his son shall lay their hands upon the head of the ram, and they shall slay the ram. And thou shalt take its blood and dash it around against the altar, and thou shalt cut the ram into pieces, and wash its inwards and its legs, and put them with its pieces and with its head, and thou shalt make the whole ram smoke upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto your Lord. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
You know, this is really interesting.
What's up?
Mine says, and burn the whole ram on the altar. It is a burnt offering to the Lord. It is a pleasing aroma, a food offering to the Lord.
Interesting.
He loves the smell of burning carcasses.
Yep.
Yeah, and dung.
Love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Napalm in the morning.
All right. And thou shalt take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands upon the head of the ram. Then thou shalt kill the ram, and take of its blood, and put it upon... You know, they're just killing all of them. They just grab them by the head and kill them. That's all they do. Oh, man.
That's their whole shtick.
What assholes.
Yeah, I mean, animal sacrifice.
All these animals were completely innocent.
I don't think anyone understands. Here, to the Claudius comment. I don't think anyone understands why we do this.
Nobody does anything for any reason.
It's
just vague attempts at entertainment.
We should keep reading, though.
I'm trying. Okay, so thou shalt kill the ram and take of its blood and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron. Oh yeah, great. This one's fucking weird. And upon the tip of the right ears of his sons, and upon the thumb of the right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and dash the blood against the altar around about. And thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon the garments of his sons with him. Oh my God, I want to run on sentence. And he and his garments shall be hallowed, and his sons garments with him.
Okay, so this is how they're making something holy, apparently.
Gotcha.
You bathe it in blood.
Yep. There you go. Now you know.
Yep.
So go.
So next time you consider getting your child baptized, remember that the classic method is with blood.
Yep, of a ram.
Of a ram.
Yep.
2 rams.
No, 1 ram goes for something else. One ram is for God. Yep, the other one
is for
making something holy.
Gotcha. Okay. Also, thou shalt take the ram, the fat tail, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the lobe of the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right thigh, for it is a ram of consecration, and 1 loaf of the bread, and 1 loaf of the oiled bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of the unleavened bread that is before the Lord. Or basket. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, you got it right.
I got it right. Okay. Yay. Stumble. And thou shalt put the whole upon the hands of Aaron and upon the hands of his sons, and shall weave them for a weave offering before the Lord. These are some weird offerings. And thou shalt take them from their hands and make them smoke on the altar upon the burnt offering. For a sweet savor before the Lord. It is an offering made by fire. Oh, wait, I read that, didn't I?
No, it's just again.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's just...
No, it is again. You're right. There it is again. Yep. Well, I lost where again was. What am I at? 25?
You're on 26 now.
26. And thou shalt take the bread of Aaron's ram and consecration, and weave it for a weaving offering to the Lord, and thou shalt be thy patron or portion?
Portion, yeah.
Okay. So that means cut it up, I think, and pass it out. And you get what you get. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the weave offering, and the thigh of the, what is that? Heave offering?
Yeah.
Huh. Which is weaved. And which is...
Mine says waved.
No one else says wave.
I think you've been misreading.
I've been
wave as weaved.
You are right.
Every time.
I'd only said weaved probably once.
No.
Probably never said weaved. I'm bad, guys.
I was like, maybe his translation says weave?
Nope. No, it doesn't. It just says wave.
No, you
so he's been... What's a wave offering? And how do you heave a wave offering?
I have no idea. Now, see,
Which is waved and which is heaved? Up.
You wave it as it's burning, like incense.
Okay.
Are you
Oh!
just making up
I
shit?
imagine.
I think he's on to something here.
That's what I imagine a wave offering would be, unless like they're saying to eat it.
Shit,
but-
I have no idea.
Well, you guys let us know. I mispronunciated weave every time
Yeah.
I meant wave. I think it's only happened a couple times.
No.
Yeah, it's 3
been every
times.
single
We're gonna
time.
go back and watch the video later,
It's
and
been
Chris
every
is gonna
single
be
time
so
until just now.
embarrassed.
That's fine because it hasn't come up until like 22.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Where's the other wave? I don't see any other wave.
Because you saw leaves.
No. Anyways, I apologize. And now I'm on 28.
Did you finish 27?
No, I didn't. Of the ram of consecration, even of which is Aaron's, and of that which is his son's, and it shall be for Aaron and his sons as a dew forever from the children of Israel. For it is a heave offering, and it shall be a heave. It shall what? Yeah, it shall be a heave offering.
A heave offering.
I hate that it repeats itself. I just get confused because they've got a semicolon there, and I feel like it should be a new thing, but it's not. All right. From the children of Israel, of their sacrifices of peace offerings, even of the heave offering unto the Lord.
So whenever it says heave offering for you, it says contribution.
That's
for me.
interesting.
All right. Let's continue.
Continue, Chris.
All right. And the holy garments of Aaron shall be for his sons after him, to be anointed in them and to be consecrated in them. 7 days shall the son that is priest in his stead put them on, even he who cometh into the front into the tent of meeting to minister in the holy place. And thou shalt take the ram of consecration and seethe its flesh in a holy place. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram, and the bread that is in the basket, and the door of the tent of meeting.
Hold on.
They're going to eat the door.
By the door.
Oh.
It says by the
Mine
door.
says at, so
At.
that's confusing, and I'm not getting that
Nothing
wrong.
about eating the door there.
Well, that's hilarious. They just described the door so well, and now they're going to eat it?
Yeah.
How does verse 30 end for you?
Verse 30.
Yeah.
It ends. Let's see.
Just read verse 30 again, because I think there's something in this
To
translation.
minister in the holy place is how it ends.
Read all of verse 30 again, because I think
7 days shall the son that is priest in his stead put them on, even he who cometh in the tent of meeting to minister in the holy place.
Okay, never mind.
What's the diff?
No, my sentence structure is just different, so I thought there was something missing, but never mind.
No.
I was wrong.
No, completely wrong. Wrong.
Wrong.
Yep.
Wrong.
Goodbye.
Wrong.
Wrong.
All right, it's 31. And thou shalt take the ram of, what's that?
Consecration.
I said this one already. That's why I'm screwed up. All right, I'm on 32 actually. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram and the bread that is in the basket at the door of the tent of meeting. And they shall eat those things wherewithin atonement was made to consecrate and to sanctify them. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy. Okay. And if aught of the flesh of the consecration or of the bread remain unto the morning, then thou shalt burn the remainder with fire. All right. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy. And thus thou shalt do unto Aaron and to his sons according to all that I have commanded thee. Oh, good. All right. So they're not going to throw him in the fire, too.
No.
All right.
Why not?
I feel like they just
There's a
jump
volcano
around.
god.
No, they're just gonna fucking anoint them and shit, make them all.
A Quran Sunday School? I feel like that's years from now because we got to finish this
Yeah,
first.
they were.
After we finish the Judeo-Christian canon, we're going to do Islam.
Yeah.
And Lawrence is going to visit Baghdad.
For
I'm
sure.
definitely not gonna visit Baghdad.
All by
Lawrence
himself.
is going to
He's
go
gonna
to
wear
Mecca.
a big Atheist Milwaukee t-shirt.
Wow, I would get
So dead.
so murdered.
So dead. All right. So, where am I at now? 35?
Yes.
Right. And thus thou shalt do unto Aaron.
Yeah,
and
you just finished 30.
okay.
37.
And every day thou shalt offer the bullock of sin offering beside the other offerings of atonement. And thou shalt do the purification upon the altar when thou makest atonement for it. And thou shalt anoint it and to sanctify it. 7 days thou shalt make atonement for the altar and sanctify it. Thus shall the altar be most holy. Whatsoever toucheth the altar shall be holy. Now this is that which thou shalt offer upon the altar: 2 lambs of the first year, day by day, continually.
So they offer.
Burn lambs every
they
day.
Offer 2 lambs
Every day.
every day.
Yeah.
And they got to be a year old, apparently.
The one lamb shall offer in the morning, and the other lamb shall offer at dusk. Interesting.
Smart.
And smart. And with the one lamb, a 10th part of the, what's that? Aref?
Flour?
It's about
Mine doesn't say
an
flour.
ephah, about 3/5 of a bushel or 22 liters.
Gotcha. A fine flour mingled with the 4th part of the hin of the beaten oil.
And the hin is about 4 quarts or 3.5 liters.
Oh, geez. See, we're learning right now, guys. That was the whole point. Would you have known that? I never knew that.
Maybe
I'm probably going to
I'm sure
forget
some
and have to
people do.
rewatch this just to know that again. And the 4th part of a hin of wine for a drink. Drink what? Offering. And the other lamb thou shalt offer at dusk, and shall do thereto according to the meal offering of the morning, and according to the drink offering thereof, for a sweet savor and offering made by fire unto the Lord. So I think they get to eat some of this meat too. They just burn what they don't eat. Is that what I'm getting so far?
That was
No.
only for one thing.
That was only for one thing.
thing, they get to eat some of the meat.
Yeah. After, what hasn't been sacrificed.
Right.
42.
42. It shall be continual burnt offering throughout your generations at the door of the tent of meeting before the Lord, where I will meet with you to speak there unto thee, and there I will meet with the children of Israel, and the tent shall be sanctified by my glory.
So this is really weird. So this tent, if it did exist at some point, I don't know if it did, but if it did, they haven't done this for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all screwed.
Otherwise, I'm pretty sure the entire world would know that somebody is sacrificing 2 lambs a day.
Maybe somewhere out there, there's one person.
Doing it.
Yep.
Thanks. Keep up the good work, you
Yeah.
one guy who's been keeping the Tabernacle going all these years.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, theoretical dude.
Yep. Let's see. And I will sanctify the tent of meeting and the altar. Aaron also and his sons will I sanctify to minister to me in the priests of what's that?
Office?
Oh, mine has a dash. Of is what it says, and then dash. So office makes more sense. Sometimes there's dash words. This is on 2
Okay.
lines.
Okay.
Yes.
So mine says of Hess, which should be office. But and I will dwell among the children of Israel, and I will be their God, and they shall know that I am the Lord their God, that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, that I may dwell among them. I am the Lord their God. Finally, this long-ass thing's over. Holy shit.
And then we got one more chapter.
One more chapter. Oh, man.
One more chapter to go. And if you're enjoying the stream, drop a like and share to get all your friends in chat.
Yeah, we want to hear what you have to say. So far, it seems like you guys gone off on a great tangent.
That's
Happy
good.
to see that.
I'm glad to see people talking.
All right. Chapter 30. And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon, of shittim wood
It's acacia
shalt
wood.
thou make it.
It says shittim.
I love
it
it.
says shittim.
I
I mean,
love
mine
it.
says acacia, but
Yeah, mine says acacia.
Well,
as
your
well.
guys is wrong. It's shitwood.
Ours is wrong. How can that? This is the word of God. How can that be wrong?
Hey, this is the King James version.
It's got everything right. Yeah.
Y'all being heretical, dog.
Taking it to the next 40K.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Um.
A cubit?
Yes. A cubit. Again. A cubit shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof. 4 square shall it be again,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
2
he likes the
cubits
shape a lot.
shall be the height thereof. The horns thereof shall be of the same, and thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, the top thereof, and the sides thereof round about, and the horns thereof. And thou shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about.
See, he likes those things that are like a cubit by 2 cubits with crowns on them. He loves them. They're just everywhere.
He really likes cubits.
what's his favorite thing?
But he likes rectangles with crowns. I don't get it.
I mean, you don't like rectangles with crowns?
I don't particularly do. I don't hate them or anything, but like I'm not like gonna make 8 of these things or whatever. How many?
Why not?
It's excessive.
And 2 golden rings shalt thou make to it under the crown of it, by the 2 corners thereof. Upon the 2 sides of it shalt thou make it, and they shall be for places for the staves to bear it withal. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. And thou shalt put it before the veil that is in the ark, by the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet with thee. And Aaron shall burn thereon sweet incense every morning. When he dresseth the lamps, he shall burn incense upon it. And when Aaron lighteth the lamps at even, he shall burn incense upon it, a perpetual incense before the Lord throughout
God. This
your
is constant
generations.
maintenance.
Yeah,
Not
constant
only is this the most expensive thing you've ever seen, it is in constant need of continual things.
Yeah.
Burning.
Sacrifices and oils.
What is up
And a
with
lot
this?
of burning, because they're worshiping a volcano god.
Yeah, that might do it.
Mm-hmm. Ye shall offer no strange incense thereon,
Don't put
nor
smoke in the dope.
burnt sacrifice, nor meat offering, neither shall ye pour drink offering thereon. And Aaron shall make an atonement with upon the horns of it once in a year with the blood of the sin offering of atonements. Once in the year shall he make atonement upon it throughout your generations. It is most holy unto the Lord. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, When thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul unto the Lord.
What?
Yeah, they're giving an offering.
Oh,
Yeah.
A ransom of
When
his soul.
thou numberest them, that there be no plague among them, when thou numberest them. They shall give every one that passeth among them that are numbered half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 gerahs.
Oh, mine has that too. Thanks.
A gerah is about 1/50th of an ounce, or 0.6 grams. There you
Thanks.
Mm?
Now I know.
A half shekel shall be the offering of the Lord. So now the church is even getting money.
Seriously,
But
dude.
they also implemented taxation. But the
But it's all
people
for God.
the people get
It's all for
1/3 and the church gets 2/3. Because they give 1 shekel and then half a shekel to the people.
Oh, yeah, I see where you're at.
So overall, the church still gets
Each
the
one
majority.
who is numbered in the census shall give half a shekel as an offering to the Lord. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but mine mentions that half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary.
Oh, after. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a comma there. So yeah. So half a shekel and another half a shekel.
Yeah.
So 1 shekel
Yes.
total.
Yes. And in total, yes, that is what is being offered.
Mm.
Okay. Let's continue.
Indeed. Every one of them that passeth among them that are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give an offering unto the Lord. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel, when they give an offering unto the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls. And thou shalt take the atonement money of the children of Israel, and shall appoint it for the service of my tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, Thou shalt also make a laver of brass,
It
and
says basin of bronze.
How many shekels in a Bitcoin?
Oh, shit.
a lot.
Yeah, pretty good number probably.
And his foot also of brass, to wash withal. And thou shalt put it between the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, and thou shalt put water therein. For Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet thereat, when they go into the tabernacle of the congregation. They shall wash with water, that they die not. Or when they come near to the altar to minister, to burn offering made by fire unto the Lord, so they shall wash their hands and their feet, that they
Always
die
washing
not.
their feet.
And it shall be a statute forever to them, even to him and his seed throughout their generations. Moreover, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take thou also unto the principal spices of pure myrrh 500 shekels, and of sweet cinnamon half so much, even 250 shekels, and of sweet calamus 250 shekels, and of cassia 500 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, and of olive oil a hin. And thou shalt make it an oil of holy ointment, an ointment compound after the art of the apothecary. It shall be a holy anointing oil. And thou shalt anoint the tabernacle of the congregation therewith, and the ark of the testimony, and the table, and all his vessels, and the candlestick, and his vessels, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offering with all his vessels, and the laver and his foot. And thou shalt sanctify them, that they may be most holy. Whatsoever toucheth them shall be holy. And thou shalt anoint Aaron and his sons, and consecrate them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, This shall be a holy anointing oil unto me throughout your generations. Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured, neither shall ye make any other like it after the composition of it. It is holy, and it shall be holy unto you. Whosoever compoundeth any like it, or whosoever putteth any of it upon a stranger, shall be cut off from his people.
Well, that's severe.
No, it's holy. And the Lord said unto Moses, Take unto thee sweet spices, stacte and onycha,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
onycha, and galbanum, these sweet spices with pure frankincense, of each shall there be a like weight. And thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection after the art of the apothecary, tempered together, pure and holy. And thou shalt beat some of it very small, and put it of it before the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation, where I will meet with thee. It shall be unto you most holy. And as for the perfume which thou shalt make, ye shall not make to yourselves according to the composition thereof. It shall be unto thee holy for the Lord. Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smell thereto, shall even be cut off from his people. So,
Holy homeopathy.
well, it looks like exile is the choice method of punishment for blasphemy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is what it looks like.
Yeah.
So wow, that was a lot of stuff for the tabernacle.
We were
A
on
lot of-
for 2 hours and 17 minutes.
I don't think that's accurate.
I don't think that's accurate.
I think it's an hour and 17 minutes.
Okay. Well, then it isn't much longer than we usually go.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that was a lot of stuff. So next week, or not next week, sorry, 2 weeks from now, I think. If we're doing
We're definitely not here next week, but
Yeah.
if we are here, we'll be here in 2 weeks. Sorry, we've got a lot of stuff coming up,
Yeah.
so.
And that's
A bonus episode coming up eventually, too.
Yeah. And we got, at least the next time we do this, it's going to be more exciting. I'm going to have, because we're getting to the golden calf, and there's some very interesting stuff about the golden calf that we will discuss.
Mm.
So, other than that,
We're doing other stuff too.
No,
Besides
no,
golden
no.
calf next time.
oh, next time, yeah, we're doing other stuff. Let's see. I can't even say that name.
Oh, holy Bob.
Oholiab and Bezalel. I don't know.
Bezalel.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Golden calf. Shit. And then at some point, we're just gonna get together and kind of make our way through the end, because it ends with actually finishing the tabernacle. That's how Exodus ends.
So exciting.
Yeah, right. Super exciting.
Right.
So next time we're here, we're gonna have a lot more information. I'm gonna get some stuff together.
Oh, you will. Oh, for this particular
No,
thing?
for next one, yeah, for the golden calf.
Because it's just too cool.
It's really interesting.
Okay. Well, I mean,
'Cause, like,
see, there we go. We're prepared for some things, but this thing was the tabernacle.
Yeah, the
I mean,
tabernacle. There's not.
are
very
you
much.
prepared for the I don't think anyone was prepared for the tabernacle.
It's
Generic.
boring.
I had no idea it was this long.
Oh, man.
We promise there are better stories.
That's right.
There are definitely better stories.
Better than church. I hope so. I mean, maybe you've got a really exciting church. I don't know.
In any case, that's all we had to present to you today.
Yes. And
And
I
make
think
sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the stream. It really helps us out. And check us out on Patreon. You can get rewards. You could be a guest on this show even.
Yep.
And follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, and got our website, forums up, put some memes on there, guys. Have fun. It's just for fun, you know, and education, I guess. If you want to do educational memes, I guess that's fine.
Yeah,
but
those exist.
Memes
those
are
are good.
educational.
Yeah, sure. All right, otherwise, thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Or not next week.
That's all for now.
2 weeks from now, for
Yeah,
sure.
2 weeks
See
from
you
now.
2 weeks from now. All right, bye-bye.
Have a good one.